What is going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome back to the PGL. Now, first off, I want to tell you guys, I'm sorry that there's no actual legit team builder for this thing. I'm looking at the P4G and I'm getting ready for the PPL. So with those two leagues, the PGL is just kind of gonna have to take a little bit of a backseat. It's gonna have to suffer a little bit. I'm still gonna try to win, but I'm not gonna be putting all the effort that I did before, just because I don't have the time. I have two other teams I have to build each week, and I have to record and do the battles along with whenever my feet are better, working back to 40 hours a week. So this is gonna have to take a little bit of a back seat, and if that bothers anyone, sorry. Anyway, going into this game, I'm facing Equa, the Worcester Walreins. I'm gonna put his team on the screen right now for you guys. I will do that so that way you guys can at least see what it is. He is bringing the Heliolisk, the Crocodile, the Gengar, Mega Altaria, Mega Houndoom. He also has Terrakion, Milotic, Avalugg, Claydol, Swellow. He has some threats. So my main goal for this game is to hazard stack him and sweep with one particular mon that I'll be going into in a little bit. So his team has a little bit of a trouble killing this Omastar set. So I don't understand why it's lagging a little bit on the bottom screen, or is that just me? Whatever. So this Omastar set, it's Shukaberry with a lot of Spadef. It's able to take a hit from the Mega Houndoom if he wants to bring that with Dark Pulse. I kind of expect him to bring either Crocodile or Mega Houndoom with Pursuit and a Fire move, or Earthquake and Knockoff, so they can trap my two Pixies. So that's what that's for. But this has the Shukaberry, so I can live any hit from the Mega Houndoom with the Spadef investment I have. I have like max Spadef, and I can just OHKO it with Scald because I have enough special attack investment. I can set up Toxic Spikes or Spikes, preferably Toxic Spikes, and then I can just kill it with either Scald. I can't kill it with Earth Power unless it's taking Stealth Rock damage late game. I can also take one EQ from Crocodile if it is Life Orb. With this set, I can ensure that I will always be faster than Life Orb or non-scarfed Crocodile with the weak armor speed boost. So I can get up my layer of hazards, then Scald it, and kill it if he is a Life Orb and has taken one Life Orb hit. That's what that's for. I really like this set. I'm not really sure what all I have where, because I'm in my battle box. This is a just physically defensive Mega Audino, so I can take on the likes of Terrakion pretty well. If he's like Life Orb Terrakion, he can't 2-hit KO me once I Mega Evolve. And I can Wish, I can Protect, Stall it, and Dazzling Gleam after one defense drop does a metric butt ton. This is also there kind of for the Mega Altaria. He has to bring his like a Refresh plus Roost if he wants to be able to beat this Mega Audino set, because I can Wish Stall it, I can Dazzling Gleam it, I can Thunder Wave it, and I won't be able to beat it 1v1. Even if it is Spadef, I'll be able to beat it 1v1 because it'll be paralyzed, and I'll be able to outspeed it, and then I'll be able to go into one of my offensive mons and just kill it late game. So this Mega Audino will be doing a lot this game. I wish I could make it a little bit more specially defensive to take on the Heliolisk. As you will see in the team builder, I kind of just had to say forget about Heliolisk because I didn't have the options to beat it. If I had my transfers that I will be telling you guys about next week, if I had them this week, then I would have a much better matchup. So that's basically all this thing is there for. Take physical hits. The next mon is Mexican Pun, the Choice Scarf Rotom Lemo. So this thing has Modest Nature with max special attack with about 188 in speed. I think that allows me to outspeed his next fastest thing under Rotom with a Choice Scarf. And I'm able to do a lot of damage to things. Volt Switch plus Leaf Storm plus Thunderbolt. Decimate all over so much of his team. The only thing that it doesn't really touch super well is the Celebi, which I have Signal Beam for. Cool. And the Mega Altaria, which I wouldn't stay on a Mega Altaria anyway. I would Volt Switch into one of my walls, and I would take it on that way. I really, really like this Rotom set. It's not going to be my designated lead. Omastar is going to be my designated lead, and this thing is just kind of going to be their late game to hopefully clean up. But I really, really like this Rotom set. I think Signal Beam is a cool little meme, because how many people think of Signal Beam on Rotom to hit Celebes? Not many. This is my win condition. Sylveon, max HP, max physical defense with a Kebia Berry, Wish, Calm Mind, Hyper Voice, and Psyshock. I'm going to set up on the Milotic. If he has Haze, he has Haze. He's going to be taking a lot from the Hyper Voice anyway. If I can set up one Calm Mind on that Milotic, he cannot kill me with Gengar with the Kebia Berry. He can't even do over 50% to me with one Calm Mind up, and I can Oak him with the Psyshock unless he has the Psychic Berry, which I can't even think of what it is off the top of my head, the Pyapa Berry. So I'll be able to completely nuke that. Plus, if I have the +1, he still cannot Oko me with 2 Sludge Waves, like one with the Kebia Berry plus the +1, and one after with just the +1. He cannot do it. So that's really important. Sylveon is my massive win condition this game. I'm really hoping it works out. It's very out for his entire team. I can set up on most of his walls. Like, I can set up on the Celebi, unless he Toxics me. I can set up on the Milotic, unless he Toxics me. And even if he Toxics me, I'm still going to set up on it to the point where I can do, like, 2-hit KOs to the physically defensive Milotic, and also get off a lot of damage on his team. This thing really does hurt his team, and I'm really looking forward to it. Scorpio. Remember I said I wanted a Hazard stack? This is basically there to just chip down his entire team to put things in range of +1 Hyper Voice from Sylveon. Earthquake is there mainly because I want to be able to hit the Terrakion, and this is going to be one of probably my main switch into Terrakion, so I can save my Mega Audino for things like the Crocodile that can't hit it with super powerful moves like Close Combat. Toxic is there so I can Toxic his walls. He has 2 spinners that are stupid bad. I mean, Claydol, which, unless you're Lars, is probably one of the worst spinners in the game. And then Avalugg is absolutely dreadful. So I'm going to be able to Toxic them, and that'll be really cool. This set, if I'm not mistaken, cannot be OHKO'd by a physically defensive Milotic's Ice Beam, so I'll be able to Toxic it, switch out, switch back in at a later date, and roost up the damage. So that's really cool. I probably should have excuse me. I probably should have put more speed in this so I can outspeed a Milotic guaranteed, even if he runs some speed, but meh. Now, this is another really big win condition this game. This thing breaks down his walls very well. The only problem is he has 2 very, very, very good Pursuit Trappers in Crocodile and Mega Houndoom, so I can't really touch them too well. I can't touch the Mega Houndoom at all, but I can touch the Crocodile very well. That's also why I have the Culper Berry. If he wants to go for the knockoff or the Pursuit, I'll still be able to U-turn and get out of there and get some good damage off on some things. So that's my hope there. I really hope this Jirachi set works. I absolutely love this Jirachi set. Culper Berry Jirachi is amazing. Just max special attack, max speed, so I can speed tie with the Celebi, and I can U-turn on it, and that's the main plan there. Flash Cannon does a lot to his 1 spinner, which is the Avalugg, and then Energy Ball does a lot to the other, along with Flash Cannon hitting the likes of Crocodile very hard, along with Energy Ball hitting it very hard. Psychic is there mainly for the Terrakion. If he's locked into like Stone Edge and it's last Mon Terrakion and he's locked into Stone Edge, I can still kill it with a Psychic, and I have options between Psychic and Flash Cannon, but I'm pretty sure they do the exact same thing, so it doesn't really matter. But the next, I think that's the last Mon. Yep, that is the last Mon. So that's basically the team I'm bringing. Sorry it's not super in-depth, but that's going to be saved for the PPL, mainly the PPL and the P4G. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the game, and I'll let you guys know when I get there. Okay guys, so we are back. I'm so ready to face Equa. I love Equa to death, by the way, guys. Real quick, if you don't know, Equa is a good buddy of mine. I strongly urge you all to go check him out. I think he has about 100 subs. You guys want some good quality Wi-Fi battles, make sure you go subscribe to him. Let's see if we can push him over 200 subscribers. That would make me so happy. He's an awesome dude, awesome friendly guy. Love him to death. Let's go ahead and get this battle started. Let's go ahead and see what he's going to be bringing. Let's go ahead and see what he's going to be bringing. He brought about what I expected. He did bring Mega Altaria, though, which is a little weird. Didn't really expect that. He did bring Avalugg as well. So, let's see here. I think my best lead is probably going to be Omastar still. Because if he leads off with that, whatchamacallit, the Avalugg, I can get up hazards on that. I think that's my best play, just leading off with this thing. Just leading off with the Omastar. seeing all of those insane threats in the top 3, like that Terrakion, Crocodile, and Gengar is absolutely terrifying. Like, I'm so scared for that. Okay. I'm so scared for this game. He's issuing a challenge. Let's go. He's going to lead off with Bandito the Crocodile. This is what I was hoping for. So, if he wants to get up rocks, that's fine. Don't really care. I'm setting up my layer of Toxic Spikes. Because once I Toxic things, like the Milotic, the Avalugg, this thing, the Terrakion, they're so much easier to deal with. So I definitely think just going for Toxic Spikes is my best play over Spikes. I think that's my best play. I'm going to go for Toxic Spikes. If he is Choice Scarfed with Earthquake, he won't be able to kill me. If he's banded with Earthquake, he won't be able to kill me. But if he sets up rocks, I'll be able to kill him next turn with a Scald. Let's just set up Toxic Spikes. Let's see what he does. He can live any hit because of the Shuka Berry. And he'll activate my Weak Armor. He's going to withdraw. Oh my god, I still have this thing set up. That's awesome. Maria. That's still fine. That is still fine. I think right here I'm going to go into my... I think I'm going to go into my RobEZ. Click Volt Switch. And not really think too much about it. Because here's the thing that's throwing me off a little tiny bit. If he's a berry, then that could be bad. But here's the awesome thing. He doesn't have a Cleric unless it's Mega Altaria, and that means that his Avalugg will never have Sturdy. And that's important. So I think I'm going to go into my RobEZ. If he Ice Beams, I can take 1. I can Volt Switch. I can Leaf Storm. I can do a plethora of things. I'm a little sad I don't get to show him Signal Beam, but it is what it is. He's going to go for the Scald. I can take this pretty well. Even if he burns me, it's not that big of a deal. And no burn. That's awesome. So I think what I'm going to do right here is... Let's see here. I need to calc this. Because if Rotom-C, Choice Scarf, Modest, Leaf Storm to a Rotom-Moo. No, to a Milotic. He's physically defensive. Let's see how much damage this does. Looks like I'll do about 80 some odd %. And if he's Rindo Berry with Mirror Coat, that's less than ideal. I think I'm going to go for the Leaf Storm here. Because it does a lot to physically defensive Milotic, I'll be able to scout his set. But if he's specially defensive, man, if he's Mirror Coat, this is going to suck. What I'm going to do right here, I'm going to play a little bit aggressive. I'm going to go into my Mega Audino. I'm going to scout for the Mirror Coat. Because I really think he's going to be a berry with Mirror Coat. I really think he is. He's going to withdraw. Okay. Lullaby? That's the Gengar, right? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm physically defensive Mega Audino. I cannot take any hit from this thing. I wish I had Volt Switched. But I had to scout for that Mirror Coat. I had to. I think what I'm going to do is go into my Gligar, hopefully drink a hit, set up my Stealth Rocks. Or I might Thunder Wave this thing, because I'm pretty sure my Mega Audino... I don't have to Mega Evolve either. So let's see real quick. Audino, Wish Passer, I have 54 seconds. Gengar, Life Orb. Focus Blast is a roll to kill me if he's Life Orb, if he goes for Focus Blast, but if I Mega, Defensive Calm Mind. Sludge Wave doesn't. It does like a maximum 100%. So if he's a Life Orb. So I'm going to Mega Evolve here. And I'm going to click Thunder Wave. Because if he goes for a Focus Blast, I can live a Timid Life Orb Sludge Wave. It does literally 104% max. He went for Shadow Ball. Ooh, he was expecting me to switch, and now this thing is paralyzed. My life is so much easier. Cool. Cool, so that thing is taken care of. So now, I think what I might do is I might go into my Gligar and I might set up my rocks. I think I'm going to go into my Gligar and set up my rocks. I think he's going to switch out here. If he goes for Sludge Wave, I can take it pretty well. I'll be able to outspeed him. He's going to withdraw. He goes into Maria. Cool. So this thing is now poisoned. Toxic Spikes are doing its job. That's nice. Pretty sure I can live one Ice Beam. Gligar. Standard. That's basically what I am. Versus a Melodic. Defensive. I can live one Ice Beam and I can set up my rocks. But I don't really want to take that damage. So what I'm actually going to do here is go back into my Omastar, I think. He's going to be going for an Ice Beam. I could just go into my... Yeah. I think I'm going to go into my Sylveon right here and start setting up. I think that's the best play, is to go into my Sylveon, start setting up. Because the worst he can do is Scald Burn me or Toxic me. He's on a timer. I'll be able to set up on him. I'll be able to Wish. I'll be able to get up a couple Calm Minds. I'll be able to have some fun. He went for Scald. Burn me. Please burn me. Please burn me instead of Toxic me. Please. Yes! Yes. Okay, so this means now he cannot Toxic Stall me out. So I think what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to set up one Calm Mind. See if he has Haze. He's only revealed Scald so far. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind. See what he goes into. Because if he goes into Gengar, I'll be able to kill it with a Side Shock now that it's paralyzed, which is awesome. If he goes into Avalugg, I'll be able to kill it with a +1 Hyper Voice. This game is going pretty well so far. I'm happy with it. That over prediction with Gengar, well, I don't think it really mattered too much in the grand scheme of things. It just makes my Mega Audinode that much more healthy. But he went for Recover, which is awesome. Yes, now I have a Calm Mind up. Now here I'm going to set up a Wish and Scout for the Why is my OBS lagging like crazy right now? Please stop lagging. Thank you. I'm going to go for the Wish, Scout for the Haze. I'll be able to get my Wish up next turn. Let's see if he has Haze. If he switches out right now, he does not have Haze. And that means that this thing is going to be doing a lot to his team. He does have Haze. Okay. So that was really good prep on his part. But, you know, he's still poisoned, and I'm only burnt. So I will be able to Hyper Voice him, get some good damage off. I'm still going to stay in so I can get back up to full health and get one Hyper Voice off on this thing. Like, that's not what I'm worried about. But he has Scald, Haze, Recover, and I would assume he has Ice Beam. So let's just go for the Hyper Voice, get off some damage on this thing. I'll be able to live any hit, and I'll be able to get back up to full health. Well, close to full health at least. And I'll be able to get some good damage off on this Walmaria and see... Well, not Walmaria, but it's Maria. And he's at about 15%. I kind of want to see how much this does to him. Hotline versus a Sylveon. So if he's physically defensive, it should do about 30%. Minimum. Minimum 30%, so he should go down to about 50. With this Hyper Voice if he's physically defensive. That would be some good damage off on this thing. Be some good damage. If he goes into basically anything, it's going to die. That's the awesome thing about this Sylveon set. He cannot safely switch into this. So while this is his answer to it, whatever's coming in is dying. Lullaby? This thing is dying to this Hyper Voice plus Psyshock. So that took him down to about 70%. So now let's see. Versus a Gengar, Life Orb, 50. I have Psyshock. Psyshock does 75% minimum if he does not have the berry, so it's a guaranteed kill. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. If he goes for the Sludge Wave, like say he has the Pyapa berry, I'll be able to live the Sludge Wave because of the Kebia berry, and the Gengar will be gone, and that's really good for a couple of mons on my team. That means my Mega Audino kind of just sits in and does fat things. Toxics everything. And that's nice. He's definitely below 75%. Like, for sure. But it doesn't really matter because I freely have this hit. So he's going to switch out. He's going to go into his Crocodile right here. Maria, okay. That's fine. I'm going to set up a Wish right here, actually. Because this poison is doing some nice damage to him. It's basically negating his leftovers every single turn plus some. And that's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and set up a Wish right here. If he goes back into his Gengar, it's not the end of the world. If he goes into his Terrakion, I can live one hit, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check in my calcs, but if he goes into his Crook, I can live any hit except from an Iron Tail. Let's see, Terrakion. He went for Scald. Yep, Stone Edge does 51 to 61, so not really. I can't live it too well, but it's fine. He cannot safely switch into this monster. And with these wishes, it's just slowly whittling down his team. So again, can't safely switch in. I can live any one hit. Unless he crits me, of course. I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice, get all my health back. He's going to recover. That's fine. He's losing this war. Because I have more wishes than he has recovers, I'm pretty sure. And plus, that does a decent chunk of health. That's physically defensive Milotic. For sure. I kind of wish he was toxic instead of just regular poisoned. But, you know, it's fine. So right here, I'm going to set up a Wish. And then I'm going to hit him hard. He's basically right back to where he was beforehand. So this might be a long stall, but I'm not worried about it. Because once this thing goes down, he has nothing that wants to switch into Rotom. He's going to go for the Ice Beam. This is going to do less than Scald because it's obvious stab. I'm going to set up a Wish right here. Now he can recover. That's fine. I'm going to Hyper Voice. And pretty much put him right back down to where he was. See, he's slowly getting whittled down. If you can't really notice, I wouldn't be surprised because it doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot. But right here, I kind of want to set up a Calm Mind. Force him to Haze. And take an extra turn of Toxic. I'm going to Calm Mind right here. He's going to recover. If he was poisoned, I'd be winning this so quickly. But, you know, it is what it is. I think I need to get up a second layer of Toxic Spikes. I think that needs to be the priority right now, instead of just sitting in here with Sylveon. So right here, he's going to Haze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a switch into my Rotom Mow. because he has to haze right here, otherwise he's going to be taking about 50%. See? Now, so he has revealed all 4 moves. He does not have Mirror Coat. I can safely Volt Switch. And I can force out this Milotic so I can get at my second layer of Toxic Spikes. And Toxic him instead of just having him regular poisoned. So right here, I think I'm going to Leaf Storm. I think I'm going to Leaf Storm instead. I think that's the better play. Let's go in for Leaf Storm. It might actually be able to kill, but eh. I think going for that hard switch into Rotom right there was actually really good. Forcing him to haze was, I don't want to say it was smart, but it was a nice little force to stop this whole entire stall session that we were about to have. Compared to where if I Toxic it, I'll be winning that matchup all day long, and it's not that big of a deal. I should probably be counting his recovers, but I'm not that worried about it. Whatever he goes into, it's not going to appreciate this Leaf Storm. Unless it's Mega Altaria, but it's still not going to like it. Plus, I have really good checks to Mega Altaria. Like my Mega Audino can kind of sort of come in on it all day long. Come on, Equa. What are you doing here, buddy? Yeah, if that Milotic was Toxic, I could just totally beat it 1v1. Let's see what he goes into. Ploof. That's the Mega Altaria. That's nice. So, now that he has taken this little bit of damage, and by a little, I literally mean a little bit of damage, I'm going to switch out here. I kind of wish I had gone for Volt Switch, but if he had gone into Crook, it's much harder for me to switch into Crocodile than it is Mega Altaria. I'm just going to go into my Mega Audino right here. It's a pretty good stop to it all day long. Not that big of a deal. Actually, since he's already poisoned, I can't Toxic him. I didn't think about that. So I kind of have to preserve my Rotom-O, or just getting down to the point to where my Rotom-O can kill it. He's going to go for the Heal Bell. Yes! Yes! Yes, that saves so much of my troubles. I'm going to Thunder Wave this thing or whatever comes in. It's not that big of a deal. Now I can still set up my Toxic Spikes pretty freely, and that's awesome. I wish I had Ice Beam on my Omastar, so I'd be able to hit this thing super effectively. But ultimately, I didn't think this thing was coming. I figured his Mega Houndoom was coming more, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm Thunder Waving right here just because whatever he goes into, he can't go into his Ground type because it's weak to Dazzling Gleam. If he goes back into Gengar, it's not that big of a deal. If he goes into his Milotic, it'll be slower, and I'll be able to Calm Mind up on it, and I'll be able to get a big hit off on it. Eventually, we'll get paralyzed, and I'll be able to stall it out a little bit. Or if he brings in his Milotic, it'll get poisoned again. And we'll be right back in the same scenario we were before. And then I'll be able to get on my second layer of Toxic Spikes, force him out, has it stack up on him a little bit more. And then we'll kind of just play this whole game. We'll play this whole game for an hour. But ultimately, I think I will come out on top, because I still have my Jirachi, which has Energy Ball, which can do a lot of damage to it, because it is physically defensive. Goes for the Body Slam. Okay. I see you, big dog. So this is what he had trouble genning, if you don't know. He was having a little bit of trouble genning, so... And he paralyzes me first turn. If I lose to paralysis because of Body Slam Mega Altaria, I'm going to cry in a hole. I'm just going to fire off a Dazzling Gleam right here. Get off some damage on this thing, force it to roost. I'll be able to Thunder Wave it. Things like that. With Body Slam, though, I can definitely set up as many hazards as I want on this thing. If I go into my Jirachi, I'll be able to scare him out, which is cool. And then I'll be able to get him poisoned whenever he comes back in. Force him to heal bell. If he goes into his Gengar right here, I'm probably going to go into my Gligar. Just because I'll be able to take any hit, I'll be able to set up my Stealth Rocks, I'll be able to get some more chip damage off on some things, force him to Rapid Spin later, and we'll be good to go. But if whatever he comes in with his Avalugg on, he can't really do a whole lot. He's running down this clock like crazy. He's going to go into his Gengar right here, I think. Titanic. Okay, that's fine. This thing is still losing its sturdy. Can I not break? If I lose to Parahax, I'm not gonna be angry because realistically this is my side league, but it's gonna suck. He can Rapid Spin for free now and get rid of everything. Like, and I get paralyzed a third turn in a row. Finally, he went for Avalanche. Did a decent chunk. I'm going to set up a Wish right here. Get back up to good health. His Avalanche will do a whole lot less. Went for Recover. That's fine. That makes me so frustrated. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to Protect, and then I'm going to Wish again, and I'm going to go into my Jirachi, and I'm going to start getting off some big hits, because I'm tired of this already. I'm tired of being paralyzed. We've been sitting here for 23 minutes. It's just frustrating. He went for Avalanche, didn't he? Yep. So now, I'm done with this. Done with this. If he's Spadef, can my Jirachi Oko it? Jirachi, we'll say max attacker, what? 50 timid. I didn't import my sets for this game. That shows you little Flash Cannon versus a, what is this thing? Avalugg. $78 to $93. So I'm going to set up a Wish right here. And they're asking me to... Oh my Jesus! And that was a crit. That shows you how little this Avalanche is going to be doing if I just Wish up on it and let him kill himself. I need to check on the PPL draft because PPL draft is happening. It's more important. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm sorry that I'm kind of sort of doing other things right now, but I have to focus on this draft for just like 2 seconds, excuse me. I'm still going to be recording, but I just have to. Let's see what he's doing. So, no idea what he's doing right here. Had a piece of skin in my mouth. That was gross. He's going to withdraw. Let's see what he goes into. Ploof. Yes, finally, I gain a little bit of initiative. Jesus Christmas. Kinda wish I still had Toxic Spikes up, though. But I'm just gonna fire off a Flash Cannon. His switch-ins... I mean, I could fire off a Psychic instead. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs barking upstairs. They're being little pains in the weens. I think I might go for a Psychic right here. Because the switch-ins to Flash Cannon include Milotic, which Psychic will do more too, and Gengar, which Psychic will kill. And if he goes into his Crook, I can live a knockoff or a Pursuit and go for an Energy Ball and do a lot of damage to it. So I think Psychic is just my overall best play right here. Why are my dogs being so annoying? So he stayed in. It's a little bit less than ideal. That did a decent chunk of health. He goes for Tailwind. Okay. Excuse me, sir. That's not allowed. But right here, I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon because I'm not going to let him go into his Crocodile right here for free. It's just not going to happen. Those Parax, that threw me off so much. Like, that just sucks. Getting paralyzed 4 times in, like, 6 turns. So he stays in, he goes for Roost. This Flash Cannon is going to do a nice metric butt ton. Nice. So now I'm going to go for Psychic. Because he knows I'm going for Flash Cannon, I don't think he'll go into anything. I could go for U-turn at the same time to gain a little bit of initiative. I could do that, but what do I go into to scare it out? I think I'm going to go for a U-turn. Because I'll be able to see what he goes into. He knows he can't stay in on this thing. And this U-turn, hopefully he goes into his Gengar. Maria. Okay, that's fine. So now, rinse, lather, fucking repeat, okay? I'm going for Leaf Storms. I'm going to go into my Rotom. Tailwind. Does this thing outspeed me in Tailwind? Because I'm Scarfed, Modest. He's uninvested. Let me see something. What is my Rotom's speed? 130 times 1.5. So I come to 195. And I feel like Milotic, defensive. He breaks 100, doesn't he? Yep, he hits 101, so he will outspeed me with this. Ooh, that sucks. Under Tailwind, he does outspeed me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a switch back into my Jirachi. He's going to withdraw. He goes into Titanic. Yes! This thing will die, finally. I'm just going to fire off another Flash Cannon. If he goes into his Gengar, I'll still have a way of dealing with things. So he must not have known that he couldn't kill me, or that he could kill me, but... Tailwind petered out already, that's nice. I think I'm just going to go for a Flash Cannon right here, because it'll do a lot of damage to Gengar because I am max special attack. He'll do a decent chunk. His team is getting worn down, which is nice. It'll make it very easy to clean up later on. This Flash Cannon also should kill if he's like Spadef. Versus 8. Yeah, because it defaults to Spadef. It does 78 to 93. He's definitely below 78%. So this Flash Cannon should kill unless he has the Berry, which reduces Steel-type moves, which I doubt he will have. So he's going to withdraw. Goes into Maria. That's fine. So his Flash Cannon is going to do some nice damage. And then I'm going to go for 2 Energy Balls, because 2 Energy Balls do kill it from this range. Even after leftovers. If not, I can get the Spadef drop, because it's a Jirachi, it gets hacks. I'm going to go for the Energy Ball. He can Scald me, I don't really care. Not that big of a deal. See how much his Energy Ball does. Nice! I got a crit. Jesus, he goes for Recover though. Okay. So he made the smart play and going for Recover instead of Scald. But he's probably going to go for another one, which means I'll be able to fire up another Energy Ball, and maybe I'll get the Spadef drop. Maybe I'll get the Spadef drop. He can go for the Scald. I don't really care. I should be able to take it pretty well. Just hopefully it doesn't burn me. We are already at 29 minutes left, and it's 6-6. He went for another Recover. This sucks. Jesus, I hate stally games. I'm gonna go for an Energy Ball. I'm gonna keep firing off Energy Balls until I feel like he's gonna go for Scalds, and I'm gonna go back in my Rotom and I'm gonna start firing off Leaf Storms. Like, I'd be okay with a 6-6 timeout. It's just no fun to watch. Like, it's no fun at all. And it's getting down to the point to where if, okay, so he's going to withdraw. Let's see what he goes into. Lullaby, the Gengar. This thing is going to be taking a decent chunklet from this Energy Ball, I think. And now I'm going to go into my Gengar. Yeah, that took a decent chunk from that Energy Ball. Like, that's some good damage. I think I'm going to go into my Gengar right here. And I'm going to set on my Rocks. I want Rocks up. He could have Icy Wind. That would be a little bit bad, but at this point in time, I just want my Rocks. So I withdraw. He stayed in. He's probably going for his Shadow Ball right here. He might go for a Sludge Wave, expecting my, whatchamacallit. He went for Shadow Ball. Let's see how much damage this does. It's probably going to do a lot. Yeah, 2 a KO. He is Life Orb, which is nice. I'm going to set up my Rocks right here in case he decides to overpredict or something. He's going to go for a Sludge Wave. I can live this because it is resisted. And I get at my Rocks. So that's cool. So he overpredicted right there, which is nice for me. Finally. He could go for a Sludge Wave here because it will kill me from this range. But I'm going to go for the Roost right here. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball and take out my Gligar. Finally, something went down. Like, I'm okay with losing the game if just because my Gligar went down. I don't really care. So now, he's in range to die from a Leaf Storm, so that's exactly what I'm going to fire off with my Rotom is a Leaf Storm. If he goes into his Avalugg, it'll die. If he goes into his Ploofy thing, it'll die. Anything right now, I get a kill with Leaf Storm. He might want to save this thing because it's his only real way to kill my Mega Audino, and I can kind of just sit in there once this thing goes down and just live everything. But I get a kill right here with Leaf Storm. As long as I hit, that is, because knowing my luck, I won't even hit. Especially with how often I got paralyzed early game. Come on. Please don't run down the timer any more than you have to. Please. Please, come on. It's either you sack this or you sack something else. Like, it's not that difficult. Please just pick a move. I don't want this to go down the timer. This sucks for me because I know what my move is going to be so soon, and he's thinking about it so hard. It's going down the timer, and I'm going to actually kill myself. Like, come on. The decision is not that rough. The decision is not that rough. Equa. You're killing me here, bud. He's going to withdraw, so something else is dying to this. Ploof, this is dying to rocks plus 2 leaf storms, I'm pretty sure. Might even die to 1 because he doesn't quad resist. Well, does Dragon even resist grass? I can't remember. Yep, it does, but his Mega Altaria goes down. That means once I get on my Toxic Spikes, it does not matter what he does. They're here, like his entire team is poisoned for good. So I'm going to set up both layers of my Toxic Spikes. He can go into his Avalugg right here. I don't really care. But let's see what HP he's at and see if I will be able to OHKO him with a -2. So he's at, we'll say 50%. Does 26 to 31. He's going to Rapid Spin right here. Like, he has to Rapid Spin right here, which means he's getting rid of rocks, which is, doesn't really hurt the rest of his team. I think I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm right here. 2 Leaf Storms should be able to knock him out. He's going to withdraw. Let's see how much damage this -2 Leaf Storm does to things. Bandito. Can this please land? Please land. This should do about 85%. Please land. We land. Yes! Down to 10%. Holy balls, that is awesome. Okay. So now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Sylveon, because it's obviously not my win condition. My win condition is now Rotom-Mow. Whew. Now that this thing is so low, if it is Life Orb, then that just means that something is taking a crap ton of damage. Like, this thing is dying, and then he has no switch-ins to electric-type moves, and I can just spam Thunderbolts with this thing and hopefully clean up the game pretty quickly. I stayed in right there because I knew he had to Rapid Spin. If he Avalanched, yes, I would have lost the game completely. However, if he had Avalanched right there, he still would have taken so much damage that I could have killed his Avalugg. The rocks would have been there to stay, and then I could have just hopefully cleaned up with Jirachi late game, which is what I was hoping for. That's what I was hoping for. I think this thing will be Life Orbed. It could be Scarf because I didn't see Intimidate. I might have just not been looking properly. Let's see. Okay, come on. Come on. So he's going to withdraw as I'm going into my Sylveon right here. He went into Rupture, which is his thingy-mabobber right here. So, here's the thing. He can't kill me with anything if he's Choice Scarfed, because I'm physically defensive. I think what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go for my Hyper Voice, get some damage off on that Milotic, force him to recover, go back into my Rotom. He cannot kill me with anything. I repeat, unless, even if it's like, I think the only way he can is if it's banded, but I don't think he'll be banded. I think he's Scarfed. He could be Life Orb, and Life Orb Stone Edge does not kill me from this range. Iron Head might, especially if he gets the flinch, which knowing his luck he will. but I'll be able to see what item he is, and I'll be able to know like what I can spam late game. That Crocodile being so low is gorgeous. He went for Stone Edge. Let's see what item he is. We live it. The Terrakion goes down. He is Life Orb, which means he is Choice Scarf Crocodile. And that is a dead Terrakion. Holy balls, that's amazing. So, now, I think my play, he's going to go into his, his Crocodile right here. He's going to get a Moxie boost. He can Pursuit me. He can do whatever he wants. However, whatever he locks himself into, I have an answer for it. Like, I have an answer. So he can't lock himself into any one thing, which is amazing. So whenever he kills this, I go into my Rotom, I click Leaf Storm, I pick up another kill. I don't even have his team up anymore, just because I was looking at the draft. So, Mega Altaria is down. Gengar might not die to hazards, but Crocodile is extremely low. Like, everything takes a lot of damage from my Rotom. It's at 19 minutes. Come on, we can finish this game in 19 minutes, please. Pretty please. Choice Scarf Rotom should clean up here. Maria, that's fine. I might actually save this thing for a sack. Or I could Hyper Voice, die, and then go into my Rotom and pick up another kill. I think I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice, ensure that he's below such amount, like a certain amount of HP. So I don't think he's going to recover right here. He's going to Ice Beam. Nice. So, right here, I'm going to go into my Rotom. I think I'm going to click Leaf Storm. Because Leaf Storm to a I need to make sure that I'm right about this. Modest, Leaf Storm. Neutral to a Melodic. Physically defensive, which I'm 95% positive he's physically defensive. Does 86, the 102. He is in range. Let me have my next kill. Just let me have my next kill. Whatever comes in, I should be able to kill it with the Leaf Storm following it. Like if it's Gengar, if it's Avalugg, I should be able to kill it with this one. If he wants to leave this thing in, that's not a big deal to me. If he wants to go into his Crocodile, it's dying. This thing gets a kill right here. And he's not Rindo Berry. He's not any berry. We've seen leftovers. I get a kill. We have 17 minutes. Come on. Please do not let this go down to timer. Because of how low his team is, I should be able to win with timer just because Rotom can kill something. And because he has 3 things that are very low, and then he has his... Okay, so something is dying here. He's choosing to sack off his Gengar, which is kind of cool. That means now he has nothing to kill my Mega Audino, and Leaf Storm is going to kill him. Nice. He has nothing to kill Mega Audino. So let's see what if he goes into his Avalugg, I will kill it with the next Leaf Storm. If he goes into his Crocodile, that's going to be tough. I'm going to have to go into my Mega Audino. Hopefully he doesn't have Pursuit. Crocodile is still such a threat to this team. By the way, guys, if you don't know what I'm playing with my hands, I'm playing with the lid to a candle. I have this really good smelling candle, like right there, because it's so nice to be able to smell nice things. So, how much does an Ice Beam do to me? 52 to 62. I can live 1, and I'm at -2. I'm going to do 50% to this thing, and then at -4, do another 30%. And I can win with other things. I'm going to go for another Leaf Storm. I can live 1 Ice Beam. I can live 1 Ice Beam. And let's say he gets a crit on me or something like that. That means that then I can go into my Jirachi and I'll be able to kill this thing with an Energy Ball. I go for a Leaf Storm and I miss. He went for a Recover though. Okay. First Leaf Storm miss. Not that big of a deal. I'm just switching out here and I'm going to get my special attack reset. I'm going to go into my my thing, my Omastar, I'm going to set up a layer of spikes to ensure that that stupid Crocodile is dead on re-entry, and I'm not going to let him rapid spin. Like, I'm just not going to allow him to rapid spin. He goes for the Ice Beam right here. I can take this super well because it is resisted, which is awesome. Then I'm going to go for my layer of spikes. And then I think I'm also going to set up a layer of toxic. I'm going to try to set up 2 layers of toxic spikes. He's going to Scald. Can I take 2 of these? I can. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Just don't burn me with the first one, please. Toxic spikes. I'm going to set up 2 layers. I outspeed. Why is he going for Haze? Oh no, I just naturally outspeed. Huh. Or is it a speed tie? Set up a layer of toxic spikes. Is it a speed tie? Is he running speed investment in his Milotic? That'd be pretty funny if he is. Now I can spam Thunderbolt with my Rotom. Oh man, these late game hazards are going to come in clutch. Get up both layers of my Toxic Spike. So if he switches this thing out, then that means that he is losing this thing to toxic damage, and that's awesome. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my Rotom, and I'm going to click Volt Switch. Because if he goes into his Crocodile, he's dying to Rocks plus Spikes, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to click Volt Switch right here. If he stays in, he's going to be taking a decent chunklet of health. I'm going to go into my Jirachi, and I'll be able to Energy Ball him to the point to where he will not be able to live a Leaf Storm. And I should be able to clean up this game. Volt Switch is a lot. Jeez. If he Ice Beams right here, I should be able to kill him with 1 Energy Ball, or I might even U-turn out. He does Ice Beam right here. So right here I'm going to U-turn out. Because if he recovers, he's in range to die from a Leaf Storm, I'm pretty sure. It'll be tough. It'll be tough. I'm going to U-turn right here. I'm going to U-turn right here. I'm going to let him recover up. Then I'm going to go into Rotom and I'm going to hit 2 Thunderbolts. He has to recover up. Milotic is his win condition at this point in time. If he goes for Ice Beam right here, he won't be able to knock me out with 1. I'll still be able to get off a really big hit. He went for Recover. Yes! I think I just won. I think I just won by playing super aggressively with those hazards. I'm going to go for 2 Thunderbolts. He will not be able to knock me out with 1 Ice Beam. He cannot do it from this range. I'm going for 2 Thunderbolts. 2 Thunderbolts win me the game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, even if this does go down to timer at this point in time, I win the game anyway. Because he has a Crocodile at about 10%, maybe 15%. He has an Avalugg at about 50%, but 2 Thunderbolts win me the game right here, I think. 11 minutes. Do not let this go down to timer. Like, if he tries to timer stall this, I'm going to actually be upset, because that is my #1 pet peeve when people try to timer stall things. Like, I just don't like it. Thunderbolt, let's see how much damage this does. Should do about 80%. Perfect. Ice Beam, I can live 1. Do not freeze me. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thunderbolt again. His Crocodile can come in. I do not care. Do not care whatsoever. It will die to hazards. It'll be badly poisoned. All I have to do is switch into my, whatchamacallit, my Mega Audino 1 time, and I'm pretty sure that the game is a wrap. Goes into his Crocodile right here. Or no, he goes into his Titanic. Okay. This thing is going to die. So now if he goes into his Crocodile, that means that he has to lock himself into Knockoff, which then means I can win with my Jirachi. So, Bandito. Let's see if this thing dies to hazards. Rocks. Layer of Spikes. Yep. Yes! Those late game hazards! Yes! That came in such clutch. Jeez a whiz. Playing impatiently finally paid off for me. 51 minutes. It's funny, I could have played my Rotom so much more aggressively, but here's the thing. If he had made a couple more aggressive switches on his part, like, I had to risk Leaf Storm every single time. I couldn't click Thunderbolt and guarantee kills because of his Crocodile in the back until I got up those hazards. So, jeez oh whiz, that was such a good game. That was such a good game. So many mind games, like, oh man, that was amazing. Thank you, Equa, so much for the game. I really enjoyed that one. Despite it being very long, that game was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Equa, for the game. If you guys did enjoy this insanely long battle and some late game hazard stack, make sure that you leave a like down below. Also, make sure you go over to Equa's channel. He's an awesome dude. Love the dude to death. Make sure you go give him some love for me. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.